Yo, what's up, guys? Tone said it, or Tone made it, or you could just comment Tone. It don't matter. If you're clicking on this video, you're probably here because you're struggling on making better decisions for yourself that will benefit you for a future. And if that's the case, then you are in the perfect place. Oh my God, I'll be dropping bars. If that's the case, you're in the perfect place. Oh my God. Well, anyways, so just to give you a little background on myself, I have a lot of experience in being both a leader and a follower, and I know it sounds cliche, be a leader, not a follower. It's something that your mom always tells you, something that you always hear in school, you know what I'm saying? Something that your granny always tells you, and you're just like, Granny, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Let me go in the game. But no, it's really not. It goes a lot deeper than that. And for those that are my age, listen up and open those ears, all right? So when I was younger, let me give you a little backstory. So when I was younger, I grew up alone. I didn't have cousins. I didn't have anybody my age. Being the firstborn of coming from a mother who was 14. You know what I'm saying? My mama having me at 14 and being the firstborn and the oldest in the whole family. It was rough. I grew up alone, not having my pops and coming from a really small family. I didn't have a lot of people. So the people that I looked up were, just the little family that I had and the adults. And that's that I couldn't be around, many of the adult conversations. So it would just be me solely dolly, you feel me? I remember going to elementary, and I never forget, like, the little kid that I used to be like a flannel type kid. Like, I used to always wear Converse, my jeans, you know what I'm saying? I was a real nerdy, geeky little boy. You feel me? And I remember my first day of elementary. I go to elementary, and I met a kid. I'm not gonna say his name, but if you see this and you're picking up on the story, yeah, you know who you are. And it's all love. But I remember he told me, he was like, hey, my name is XYZ. What's your name? I said, well, my name's Anthony. He said, oh, Anthony, nice to meet you. He said, bro, do you want to be my friend? Right? And mind you, I had just moved into this new neighborhood. This is a brand new school. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, like what? Yeah, I want to be your friend. And I remember I was so excited, bro. Like, going to a new school, meeting a new friend after having that anxiety and that nervousness and that lack of confidence, you know what I'm saying? Like, and being able to make my first friend. Then right, I was happy. I remember I go home and I'm telling my mama, like, yo, Ma, I made a new friend. She's like, that's good, son, that's good. Telling her all about him, right? The very next day, boom. I remember he was like, yo, Anthony, I need to talk to you about something. And I remember I'm like, well, yeah, what's up, man? And he's like, well, I don't want to be your friend because you're tall and fat. Boom! Boom! That was a start of elementary and middle school. What I tell you, bro, ever since that day, I used to get picked on every single day just because I was a little different, just because I had a gap in my teeth, or just because I wasn't as funny, or just because I couldn't fit in like everybody else. So everybody excluded me, bro. I didn't have a safe space at home. You feel me? Like, I had a lot of things going on at home that I'm not gonna talk about in this video. But if you look at my eyes, yeah, I had a lot of things going on at home. All right, a lot of problems with my brother's dad, and watching my mom go through some things and myself go through some things, and it was rough. But that being said, when I was in school, I was always excluded. And one thing about me to this day, I've always been so observant, bro. And I've always been observing the crowd about what people like, what attracts things, what repels things. And I remember growing up, I was figuring it out, right? And I finally figured out what it was that attracted things. And I was learning from following others, right? Following others. Other kids were being bad. The girls wanted the bad kids. And growing up, I couldn't get a girl to save my life, bro. If a girl would talk to me, it's because they dead ass felt bad for me, bro. And I've had that told to my face. In this very room where I'm at, in 6th grade, I got told in my face that a girl was talking to me only because she felt bad. You know what I'm saying? So I never had experience with women at all. And And I remember when I hit sixth grade, I started portraying an image that I wasn't. I started acting bad. I started fighting a lot. I started pretending like I smoke and do drugs when in reality I was a virgin to drugs and a virgin to myself, like and a virgin to having, you feel me, and like I remember just lying and capping on my ass, bro, just to gain, like, I guess you could say, popularity, or just to be acknowledged by others. And I remember just being a follower, bro. If other kids were messing up, I would mess up. If other kids were being the class clown, I wanted to be the funniest. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I remember it just left me making mistakes, and I should have known that those mistakes that I was making in the past were foreshadowing the things that I was going to go through in my adulthood. And I was too blind and immature to see that being a leader is so important. You know, like, and I was always very smart growing up, very smart. But the thing is, I was so smart making bad decisions, shaking my head. And I remember going to high school, I started, being better. But the thing is, I was always following the crowd. If I joined a basketball team and I started seeing what all the basketball players would do, so I would follow what they would do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started seeing that girls like dudes that smoke, so then I started smoking. You know what I'm saying? I got real addicted at a young age, bro. At a young age, I got so addicted to it, bro. And I had been smoking every day. I would go to high school, blitzed. Home, blitzed. Couldn't even have a conversation with my mom. I can't even tell you things that I remember with how blitzed I was. Like, I don't even want to show clips of what I used to look like. But let's just say that I didn't look like the way that I look like right now. And I just remember making bad decisions because I couldn't make decisions for myself. I couldn't be a leader. I couldn't separate myself from the people around me to be a better man. You know what I'm saying? And I remember, going through all these things and not being able to have a lot of things. I remember as soon as I graduated and it was time to go to college, oh my God, when I tell you the temptations got me, bro, the temptations to lust with other women, the temptations to smoke and drink just because I saw everybody else doing it. Oh my God, did I fall for them? And I fell for them hard, bro. I fell for them so hard. And for my people that know me in college, yeah, y'all know I was not the best person, okay? And a lot of it had to do with following the influence and not being a leader for myself, like seeing other people go out and I would want to go out too. Knowing I had class in the morning, but just because so-and-so was going to do it and he wanted to skip the next day, then I was going to do it too, right? And I remember, one person was doing something with their life and I wanted to do what they're doing too. Or another person is living a lifestyle that attracts a certain audience and I wanted to do that too. Like, I kept following the wave, bro. The wave. Being a follower. And where did it leave me? Broke. Broke, brother. Broke. For 2 years. Broke. Dead broke. Like, so broke that I had to ask for granny for money, bro. Like, you know how low that, if as a man, it's so low to even ask your mama for a 20. Imagine asking your granny, bro. Like, it got low. It got low and I kept making excuses for myself. I kept saying that it's because of the circumstances that I'm going through, that it's because of this, it's because of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I kept feeling, having pity for myself just because of the mistakes that I was making, not realizing that it was time for me to be a leader, to change, because I was trying to adapt with the lifestyle I wanted to live versus the lifestyle that I should be living, versus the lifestyle that's right for me, versus the lifestyle that I need to create for myself and not chase the lifestyle that has already been created for somebody else. Does that make sense? Chase the lifestyle that I'm trying to create for myself and not chase the lifestyle that somebody else has already created. Yeah, let that sink in. I'm gonna say that one more time. Chase the lifestyle that I need to create for myself versus chasing the lifestyle that somebody else has already created. That's where I messed up. Because what went well with someone else isn't going to go well for you. You might fall. You might even succeed even better. But it's a gamble within itself that it's not really worth taking. You know what I mean? And I gambled a lot and I wasted a lot of time being a follower, and I'll never forget. I finally got tired of it, bro. And I was like, you know what? Just because my friends are going out smoking, I'm not gonna go do that. Just because my friends are going out clubbing, I'm not gonna go do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's when I was like, you know what? I need to be a leader. Because not only am I a representation of myself, but I'm a representation of my little brothers. I got 5 little brothers, bro. I got one that's in middle school. I got one that's in elementary. I got another one who's in elementary as well. And I got another one who's 3. And then I got my mama who's young. And then I got my grandma, my grandparents that trust my intuition. And then I got my girlfriend that trusts my intuition. So I have so many people that are looking up to me and are being influenced by by the decisions that I'm making. And the decisions that I was making were influenced by the decisions that other people were making. So it's like, how are people going to follow a follower? That's crazy. And that's when I started thinking to myself, like, bro, I need to change this. I need to be a better, bro. I need to be a better man. Not just for myself, but for my people, bro. Because back then when I was being selfish and I was trying to do it for myself, I couldn't even do it for myself. So at that point I had to realize like it's not just cliche, like be a leader, not a follower. No, like I am a natural born leader and I'm the oldest and I have to deal with it. So I have to be a leader, bro. Because I have people following me. I got my little brothers wearing jewelry, fucking having Edgar cuts because they saw me doing that in high school. I have my little brothers cussing up a storm because they saw me doing that, bro. I have my brothers saying the N-word because in high school I would say that. Just because I would see other people say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then once I started changing my way, once I started having my hair back, my brothers started having their hair back. Once I started calling women females and having more respect, not just for myself, but for women and not having lust, my brothers started picking up on that. Once I started giving my faith in with God, my family started giving in with that. You feel me? Like being a leader is so important, bro. Being a leader is so important. I can't even make it up. Like, I can't make it up. You have a lot of people. You have a lot of people who are, You have a lot of people who are looking up to you, bro. A lot of people who are looking up to you. And honestly, like, not just you, but myself, like I had a lot of people who were looking up to me. And that's what really motivated me to be a leader. I quit smoking. I quit drinking. I quit procrastinating. I quit BSing. I quit making bad decisions. I quit going out. I started making money. I started saving money. I started going sober. You feel me? I started not lusting. I started following God. I started getting close with God. And you know what that has done for me, bro? You want to know what that has done for me, man? Oh my God, and this ain't even everything, bro, but I'm so grateful, bro. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful because I didn't have none of this. I didn't even have $1 to eat, bro. I didn't even have $1 to eat, bro. I didn't even have $1 to sleep, bro. Yeah, I don't know. Most of y'all know what that's like, bro. Going days without eating. Having to eat fucking Fruity Pebbles, bro, out of the box. Having to eat the same meal that's in the fridge that's been there for 3 weeks. Having to eat bread. Having to get a knife and peanut butter and eat it like that, bro. Or even at that, just pray. Have to have sex with women just to get food, bro. Like I don't think some people understand that, bro. Like so for me to have this, I'm grateful. And this didn't just come from out of nowhere, bro. And this ain't something to flex. I'm not flexing this. I'm humble about this, bro. I'm just showing this to show you that this is the results of being a leader. This is the results of getting shit done, bro. This is the results of not procrastinating, of not following the wave, bro. And this ain't even much, but this is multiplying. This is only my 2nd video, bro. I promise you, watch my channel grow and y'all are going to see this multiply. It's going to be blue hundos. And this ain't for me, bro. I don't show this for me. I could care less. And for the people who know me and for who know who I am, y'all know that I'm genuine with those words, bro. I do it to show y'all, to show the youth, to show people older than me that maybe be living with their parents. People around the same age that may feel stuck, bro. That may feel like they don't have a purpose. You do have a purpose, bro. You're a leader. Everybody's a natural born leader. And you have to be a leader. You have to. Stop chasing the wave, bro. Stop trying to be like everybody else. You're not everybody else. You're you. You're one of none. You gotta accept it. Just the way that I accepted it. And I'm humble about it. I'm grateful. That's the whole reason why I have this channel. To show y'all. Believe in yourself. Believe in your vision. Nobody has a vision like your vision. And nobody's gonna see your vision until you make your vision your reality. So you gotta make the sacrifices that you need for yourself. You gotta be the leader for yourself. You gotta be better for yourself. That's just the way it is, man. Like, it's so important to be a leader. And I say it every day, bruh. It's either you do or you don't. Don't do what other people are doing. Do what you want for your life. With that being said, it's Tone. You can call me Tone Made It, Tone Said It, whatever you want, man. If you're trying to get to that pay, bruh. If you're trying to get to that pay, be a leader. That being said, man, Tone is out, bruh. Ski.